Quick mic check. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the channel. I'm Battosai, and today I'll be taking you through my everyday carry for 2025. EDC, at least for me, should be kept simple. I'm someone who really doesn't like to think about what I need to grab every single morning, so I like to keep it pretty minimal. I made one of these videos a few years ago, and to be honest, it hasn't really changed much, but let's see what I got going for 2025. The phone. Nowadays, I usually keep a phone for at least 3 years before upgrading. Went from a 10 to a 13 and now 16. I try to keep things minimal with my most used apps all in one page. Everything else can be found with the search function. Keeping things sort of minimal sometimes helps me channel my focus as I try my best to be productive and limit screen time as much as possible. It's so easy to overlook and take our phones for granted, but when I was growing up, I could only dream of a device like this. Being able to listen to music at any given time, watch videos on the go, and even play games like MapleStory on my phone. Dude, let me tell you, I don't know if I'm the only one, but as a kid, I used to download videos on my PSP and I thought that was like the most high-tech, futuristic thing. And to see how far we've come now, it's kinda crazy. I grew up playing video games, and having a console like this PSP, for example, is really something that helps me bring out my inner child. It's definitely not an everyday carry thing, but I do carry this pretty often. I also have a Game Boy Micro that I showed in my last video, and it's either I choose that, the PSP, or a Nintendo DS. The wallet. For the past 4 years, I've had this wallet from COS, and as you can see, it's seen better days. I didn't realize that the leather quality was kinda cheap. It's made with a thin piece of leather and some filler in between. I imagine this is how most fast fashion brands make their wallets. These days, I like to invest in quality things, but I also try to meet that with the best affordable price. I've been looking for a full leather wallet from companies like Lost Dutchman, and I stumbled upon this leather card holder on Amazon out of all places. It had a decent number of good reviews, and at only $12, I said why not give it a try. First impressions, it's exactly as described. It's a simple folding card holder with only 2 pockets. It's comprised of a single piece of leather with no rubber seals to hide any fillers. I'm not an expert on leather, but supposedly it is full grain. I don't know if that's true or not, but it does feel pretty nice and thick. Hold up, what? Anyways, if it is full grain leather, it should patina nicely over time. Keys. I carry my keys on a carabiner, holds everything together, locks in place so that it doesn't accidentally fall off, and it's something that fashion heads like to add as an accessory. I never understood why so many people do this, but I can't say anything because I also do it. It just adds an extra layer of depth to an outfit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a victim of a trend. Who knows? But I remember in like 2007 when I was like in 6th or 7th grade, doing that with a lanyard was really popular. So maybe I've been on this. But while we're on the topic of everyday carry and keys, I do have a goal this year to start making my project car become my daily driver. It's an 82 Datsun 280ZX, and at the moment I don't have the time or money to invest, but I'm hoping that later into this year I'll be able to start giving her the maintenance and upgrades she deserves. Watch. This one is more sentimental for me. My grandfather passed away a few years ago, and these watches were passed down to me. I wear this silver and gold accented one the most. It's a vintage Seiko. There's also this beautiful silver one from longines. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. This brand is actually kind of expensive, at least for me. I usually put this one on like those special occasions, not so much for daily wear. And last, I have this vintage Seiko watch in gold. This one I don't really wear, but in memory of my grandfather, it's priceless. My grandfather left behind a legacy that I could really only dream to live up to. Like most immigrants, He worked day in and day out to provide for his family, with really just coming to this country with the clothes on their backs. If I was half the man he was, I'd be pretty happy. Bullet journal. Now, even though the Notes app on my phone is more than enough, still, nothing beats pen and paper for me. The system I use is the Traveler's Notebook from Traveler's Company, Japan. It's a fully modular journal/notebook system. You choose a notebook cover that's made from quality full-grain leather. Then you attach these individual notebooks. They call them refills. They come in all kinds of styles. I keep mine pretty simple, just 3 notebooks. I used to use field notes and like moleskin journals, but after stumbling upon this system, I never looked back. I really enjoyed this setup. I don't know if anyone else has felt like this, but with the old moleskin journals I used to use, if I messed up a page, I kind of felt like the whole journal was ruined. With this system, the notebooks are replaceable, so I don't feel that kind of sense of permanence, if that makes sense. And each refill is only a few bucks, so when I finish one, it's easily replaceable. If you have never journaled before, I highly recommend you give it a try. Oh, and don't sleep on the pen. The ones I use are from Muji. They're inexpensive, they write nice, and they feel good in your hand. Wait, pause. They feel what? The camera. This is the Canon PowerShot SD1000. I'm mainly a video guy and I film my content on an FX3, but something about this old digital camera from the mid-2000s really brings me back to when I was growing up. I used to record myself breakdancing and practicing in my mom's living room with a camera like this. Nowadays, I just like to have this to capture the moments. Life has just been moving so fast. I'm 28 and I turned 29 this year. So for me, as I feel like I'm getting older, it's cool to be able to capture these moments in time and look back when you want to. And that's a wrap for my EDC for 2025. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you made it to the end here, thank you so much for watching. I do have a lot more I want to share this year, so if you want to join me for the ride, I'll be here. Anyways, thank you again. I'm Battosai, and I'll catch you in the next video.